Good evening, one and all. We welcome you all. Good evening, one and all. We welcome you to the International Webinar Series on Holistic Health, Wellbeing and Sustainable Development 2022, commemorating Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, nation celebrating 75 years of independence, and UN Sustainable Development Goals 2030 as part of awareness and campaigns in collaboration with Sri Holistic Health Foundation India and Sri Research Institute and Center for Arts, Sciences and Wellbeing. Before we start today's session, let's take the blessings of Almighty.
आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शत्रुबुद्धिविनाशाय दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते शुभं कुरु त्वं कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः शुभं कुरु कल्याणम् आरोग्यं धनसम्पदः.
With the blessings of Almighty, we shall continue to today's session. Today, we have with us Dr. Vidyahari Iyer, founder and director, Dr. Vidya Smile Clinic. She is also psychotherapist and multi-talented personality, dentist, classical singer and dancer. And she has various awards to her credit. And she is also an entrepreneur and presented on various forums, webinars on various topics related to health. We welcome you, ma'am, for your session. On power of affirmations. You can unmute yourself and start your presentation.
So can you see me and hear me?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good evening, friends, and welcome to another amazing session. Thank you, Ravindra Sirji, for giving me an opportunity, and Mary, my dear friend, for conceptualizing this Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, and it's absolutely an honor to sit and share some thoughts. Almost, I think every month I've been able to do that on this platform. And it gives me immense privilege to work through a lot of topics which will be, basically influential and symbiotically useful for all of us. So today's topic is going to be on power of affirmations. I'm sure all of you must have heard this terminology, right? Affirmations, which means saying what you want. So many a times, have you realized that, certain words or phrases of speech that you and I speak are not what we want. But then we speak knowingly, unknowingly, and that has power. So we all know that words are seeds, and what you sow is so that you reap. We have all learned these. So these are things which is there in reality, right? Now think about it. If you're going to sow seeds of negativity, what is that you're going to plant and what is that you're going to reap, right? So today's topic is really very, very important for all of us, for you, me, everybody. And this topic would just give us a lot of room for our internal mind and our brain to work in unison, so that whatever we speak, we have to watch our words and we have to speak words which are going to be nice for people to hear. And very importantly, which are very productive, which are very positive in nature, because words are powerful. And we are going to learn a lot more about that in today's presentation, right? So I'm going to start sharing my presentation right away. Just let me know if you're able to see that.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Is it open completely, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So good evening, friends, once again. And as I told you, today's topic is going to be power of affirmations. And affirmations, basically, if you look at it, they are positive words, or words which would help us understand. One second. I hope the entire presentation is visible right now. So affirmations are positive statements that can help you challenge and overcome your self-sabotaging and negative thoughts. So many of us through life, whenever we actually do something wrong, or when somebody tells something to us, we start to accept and believe that what they have said is true, whether it is in the positive word or in the negative, more so in the negative. If you just think about two plots, one plot which is actually tended to by a gardener, and he removes the weeds and he plants the seeds, and then he keeps removing the unnecessary weeds again and again. In a span of a year, you will see that that is bloomed into a beautiful garden, right? But the other plot, nothing has been done. Now you tell me, in a year's time, would you see nothing in that plot? The answer is no. You would see a lot of weeds, an uncontrollable growth of weeds, which has grown. So until and unless we are exposed to some positive reinformation on an everyday basis, negative is automatic. Positive needs time, needs your effort, and it should be a very conscious effort. Now let's imagine thinking about weight, right? Now you're doing nothing towards your health, and now you take a picture of yours, say 20 years before and now, and just compare and contrast those pictures. If you are a person who has never put in an effort to maintain a good health, I'm not talking fat, thin, maintain good health, you will see that you would have been blown out of proportion. You will have knee pain, you might have diabetes, hypertension, whatnot, because of the lifestyle changes. But now think about a person who has invested their time and energy into positive reinformation that health is important, or I am healthy. They would use these positive affirmations on a daily basis just to keep themselves both physically fit and mentally fit also. We all know the power of exercise and its mental implications, right? So negative is automatic. You don't do anything, you will put on weight, automatic. But to reduce weight, you have to put in your effort. Nothing will happen automatic, right? So when you repeat these affirmations and you start believing in them, now you will start making a positive change. Now let's see how the brain, or the neuroplasticity of the brain, how does that work? So at the synaptic activation, if you have a weak activation, if you are not internally driven, there is no change in the synapse, you will not take in any effort. But if you want to lose your weight or do something in life, you have a goal set, you want to work towards it, every day remembering of those words, every day seeing those things, and frequent and strong activation would make changes in the synaptic structure. Connection will become strengthened. It has positive implications. And just by saying this is not going to help. So I will encourage all of you, in the time that I'm going to spend this 1 hour or invest this 1 hour with all of you, I would encourage all of you to pick up a paper and a pen and sit down, because we have a lot of activities coming up. So we are going to actually make this happen for us. And then through the process, we'll be learning new things. And this will be a kind of a cementation or reinforcement in our brain. And then we will use technology to keep activating our synapses so that we are progressing towards our goals, right? So affirmations have the power to motivate you to act on a certain thing. They help you concentrate on achieving your goals in life, give you the power to change from your negative thoughts to positive thinking patterns, and assist you in creating new belief system. So imagine in the morning, you've got up, and as soon as you've got up, you're saying, I'm going to have a great day, right? Today is the best day. Today is the day when I'm going to make a change in people's lives. Imagine you have said these powerful affirmations. But through the day, there is something which has happened, which is demotivating you. Immediately, your thought process changes. And then you're away, moving away and away and away from what you started in the morning. So a simple technique is to reboot every 1 hour. So how do you reboot? You think about what you started thinking about. And after thinking, you're bringing back your mind into that track, which is going to give you success. So usually when you see these kids playing the video games, you will have them playing this car race. So when they play this car race, there'll be a path. On the right side, there might be trees, and the other side, there might be the median. And these children will be trying to maneuver their car, and there'll be a lot of other cars also there, right? So basically, the same principle has to be applied on your brain, that your mind is focused on the path that you're going to take towards your goal. Any unnecessary deviation, which is going to take you away from this path, you need to reboot every time. We say every 1 hour, so that you are on the path of success. Now, how can you enhance the power of affirmations? I'm sure you would have understood the mirror therapy, right? Many Western families would keep a mirror in their dining table. So the dining room would be there, and one wall would be a huge mirror. If you ask them the concept behind this mirror therapy, it means it doubles. There is an abundance of it. Okay? Now, you tell me, what do you want in abundance? You want good things in abundance or bad things in abundance? Obviously, you're going to say good things in abundance, right? Now, when you are thinking about good things in abundance, you write what you want and you stick it with the words starting with I am. Now, as I'm talking to you, if you have taken your pen and paper, I want you to write as many statements starting with the word I am. Okay? Like here in this diagram or the picture, you can see I'm amazing, I'm caring, I'm loved, I'm joyful, I am, I love myself, I am proud, I am unique, I am talented, I am important, I am strong, I am smart, I am kind, I am brave, and I can and will do great things. So why do they actually look into the mirror and make these affirmations? It is because that positivity of the mirror therapy would increase this positive effect on a daily basis. And the universe will actually hear this as you speak out your mind. And since these pictures are actually stuck onto your, either it could be your place where you dress up, your dressing table, which has mirror, or it could be a place where, you have some privacy, that you can place it on your mirror itself, so that when you look at it and read it, you have this positive affirmations getting in abundance. So this positive affirmations have a positive effect on your self-perceptions, especially when your core belief is not that positive. It is very important to do this on a daily basis. So you can actually take these post-it notes, write on that with colorful pens, and then put it all over your dressing table, so that, every day when you look at it, you are going to talk about it in a positive way. So when you do this on a daily basis, it will elevate your practice, make you even believe, because it's not just in writing, it's not just in telling, but the more you hear it, the more power comes to those words of affirmation. And then you believe that you're going to get that happening in your life. So according to a recent study by the Society for Personality and Social Psychology, practicing affirmations, whether listening to pre-recordings or creating your own, it helps to lower stress by elevating perceptions of threat and defensiveness, by expanding self-worth through broader dispositional self-views. So many a times today, when you look at the YouTube, you will be getting a lot of positive affirmation videos. And there are plenty of them. Plenty in the sense, from the time you get up to the time you go to sleep, you have these different versions of these positive affirmations. It is there for family, it is there for relationships, it's there for education, it is there in a number of categories, right? So either you can write it and you can record it, and you can keep it as a caller tune, or you can set up a time every 1 hour that this alarm, instead of just saying a sound or a music, you can have your own words of affirmation being there on your cell phone every 1 hour, so that it helps you reboot. In case you have a negative thought, in case you have a sense of self-doubt or anything which is causing you anxiety, you can bring yourself back on track. Have a sense of, a belief that you can overcome whatever you're overcoming right now. And when you have these happy thoughts, you will make it into a reality. So even for a simple example, you can think about an architect building a house. How does an architect build a house? He has a blueprint. The blueprint is approved by the family. And then he brings that blueprint into reality. So please understand, my dear friends, whatever you perceive, first it is in your mind, and then only it becomes in your reality. That is why your thoughts, your positive thoughts, and then the emotions or the feelings you give to these thoughts, both together would make it into a reality. So, as a type of positive self-talk, when you actually start doing these affirmations, in your subconscious mind, if there are anything which is negative, you will be able to take it away right from your, they say from the roots of it, the negative thoughts, you can take it and then you can throw it. We might be doing few sessions right now. If I have time, we can do a few, practical sessions, which will help you do that. And then you can understand how much these affirmations really make a difference. And when you repeatedly keep speaking about it in a very supportive, encouraging way, it gives power. And since you are hearing it and it is your words you are saying, it's your voice, you understand it, it becomes a positive self-talk there, which means even when your mind is muddled up, this positive self-talk will help you rewire yourself internally, and this belief becomes a very strong belief, and whatever you have affirmed will become a reality. So what are the benefits of positive affirmations? Mentally, if you look at the mental well-being of a human being, it boosts your self-esteem, It rewires your brain. I showed you the synapse, how it rewires. It decreases your stress levels. It increases your productivity in work. Then it improves the essence of being in gratitude. So you keep thanking God for however it has happened, your particular day. And every day when you keep starting to tell things in gratitude, I'm sure, you will see a paradigm shift in the way your mental mind work towards it. And then it improves your mood and your happiness levels. So there is a book written by John Hanson. The book is titled Rewire Your Brain. And here he actually tries to tell us how we can increase our productivity, change our entire life by just using positive affirmations, how we can rewire our brain. So how do we rewire? Now, I had asked you to do this by writing I am, right? So if you have not done, you can start doing it right now. Write whatever comes in your mind when you say I am. So here it's written, I am abundant, strong, brave, able, good, bold, limitless, cheerful, authentic, healthy, courageous, loving, passionate, powerful, grateful, beautiful, eternal, blessed, kind, confident, caring, grace, loved, trustworthy. So you can write whatever you want. You can add up much more than this. And don't just leave it after writing. Keep it in a place where you'll be able to pick it up and read it every single day at the start of the day. That's very important. So these affirmations are actually used to reprogram your subconscious mind. And once we reprogram the subconscious mind, as I told you, it comes as our thoughts, the positive thoughts. The positive thoughts gives out a positive emotion to it. And then you're putting in your action towards that. And then that becomes a reality. So once it becomes a reality, you can speak about positive affirmations, especially when you want to attract something in your life. Many times when we work out on this positive affirmations, we understand that, many people, especially in this Corona time, they lost their jobs, they lost a lot of money. Some people lost their loved ones. Some people, the entire core of their life got, shaken up. So it's very important. We cannot, ask God why this happened. I mean, that is not in your hands, neither in my hands. But we can always use powerful affirmations and re-change or redirect our life towards a successful path. So whether you want it in areas of health, wealth, relationships, self-esteem, spirituality, or any personal power, you can use these powerful affirmations for success and make the best out of it, right? So I'm just going to share you some few powerful daily affirmations. So you can say like, my thoughts and feelings matter. I like me. I love myself. I'm not perfect, and that's okay. So you don't have to work towards perfection. You just have to work towards excellence, right? Good things are coming my way. God is just making it happen for me. I am doing my best, and that's a good enough. Today is going to be a great day. I'm capable of achieving my goals. And, I am the best. I am, I'm sure you all must have seen the affirmations by APJ Abdul Kalam sir, right? So he also says, today is the best day. I am the best. So this is very important. I am powerful. I have the power within me to change my life. So everything starts with the words that you use, and words with power will get you what you want. So it's very important to use these powerful affirmations. Now, we all understand the word called habit, right? So when you are doing it for 7 days, it's just bit. Now, when you do it for, 14 days, it's becoming a bit. And 21 days, it becomes a habit. So for you to actually make any positive change, you need a minimum of 21 days. Then there is a formula called the 21-90 rule. 21 days, it becomes a, habit, and 90 days, it would change into a lifestyle. So whatever you're doing, if you're doing continuously for 90 days, you will not be comfortable by not repeating the act, a positive act, every single day, beyond those 90 days. So imagine if you're planning to reduce your weight and you're telling positive words of affirmation for that. Once you do that, it becomes very easy for you to make it into a 90-day practice. Keep scoring every day. That will motivate you better, and you will be able to get the result at the end of the 3 months. And this is just not about thinking about it. You have 5 outside sensory ways where you're able to see it, you're able to hear it, you're able to taste, touch, and smell. All of this will help you actually making that into a lifestyle. And now thinking about the rewiring of the brain. Now, when you actually start to rewire your brain, you're trying to say positive words of affirmation. This will actually start reflecting in all areas of your life. You will be able to actually get results, not only in that one area which you were focusing, but then the rest will become a byproduct of the work that you were doing. So doing this will set the tone for the day and get you moving in a very positive direction. I'm sure you've started writing it. So I'm successful, I'm confident, I'm powerful, I'm strong, I'm getting better and better every day. All I need is within me right now. I wake up motivated and I'm an unstoppable force of nature. I'm worthy of what I desire. This is very important, my dear friends, because many a times when we ask people to write goals, especially when they are financially unstable, so we ask them to write their goals, they hesitate to write what is there in their mind. So they want to write probably, I want to earn around, 1 lakh or 5 lakhs, depending on what they want, but they will hesitate. They will write a figure which is lesser than that. So it's very important for you to understand you are worthy of what your mind and heart desires. You are going to put in your thoughts and feelings and emotions into it. You're going to put in your action towards it, and then you will get your desired results in reality. So when you start recording this and when you start listening to it, having a stipulated time for it on a daily basis, these affirmations will actually help you make the changes in your life. And many a times, especially when you're stressed, many a times you will see people saying that, they are not able to sleep properly. The first thing which gets affected in a human being is that diet. Because see, if you're not feeling well, your stomach will start grumbling, right? And then your food pattern changes. And then your sleep pattern changes. So the first body part which actually gets affected is either your stomach or your sleep. So it's very important whenever you are feeling very low, either you will eat less or you will eat more, either you will sleep less or you will sleep more, right? It happens either way. So when you practice this power of affirmations, especially before you go to sleep, it will give you a good night's sleep and you will be able to get up with a very motivated, positive mindset. And this will definitely have a greater impact on your everyday life. Now let's see this affirmation for the soul. It is called the bedtime affirmation for the soul. So this, I'm sure all of us can relate to it, right? You can say, I have done my best for today. I have earned my rest for tonight. I have put my love into all my deeds. I have used kindness in all my thoughts. I close this day with pure joy and now drift into a sound sleep. Imagine you just recorded this at a time which you think you want to go to sleep, say maybe around 10:30, and this will automatically play. And once you hear that, your mind understands it, your thoughts believe what you're saying, and then you actually go into a deep slumber. So it's very important for us to understand the power of positive affirmations, and it is a unison of what we say to the outside world and to the inner world which we live in. So positive affirmations can be a part of a healing protocol for almost all diseases. So it could be for conditions like obesity, low immunity, diabetes, poor skin, hair health, cancer, autoimmunity, and more. And you would see people who have fought the toughest fight in hospitals and come out and people who have, just given up in the middle because they believed that, things won't work out their way. So every day, in every way, I am getting healthier and healthier and feeling better and better. Just imagine if you're just saying this on an everyday basis, these positive affirmations will make a world of difference in each of our lives. So these self-affirmation, as research says, minimizes the anxiety, stress, the defensive associated with the threats that our inner self feels. And we always understand that we are all work in progress. None of us have arrived, my dear friends. All of us are work in progress. So you can keep saying, I am loved, I am radiant, I'm talented and intelligent. My voice and opinion matter. I deserve to ask for my needs. I will consciously create my future. Every day when you say this, I will consciously create my future, and my future is bright. The best is yet to come. When you keep saying this with a lot of power, you will understand that all this will actually bring about a lot of positive affirmations in your mind. And as Buddha said, what you think you become, what you feel you attract, and what you imagine you create. So now can you imagine that whatever we spoke so far on the power of positive affirmations, this is going to make or recreate your future. So these are few tips of writing effective affirmations. You can start with writing I am, and that makes it more powerful. Write in present tense. Write about all the things that you want to change. Make it very short, make it realistic, and add feeling whenever you speak about them on a daily basis. Because if you're not feeling it enough, you're not giving power to it. So the more you give feeling to it, it's going to happen. And you are going to make it happen for yourself. As Louise Hay said, I'm sure you've all read her book. It is The Art of Healing with absolutely, that is, it says Heal Your Body by Louise Hay. That's the book. And she gives you a lot of examples of how people with terminal diseases, even cancer, have reverted their health back. So you have the power to heal your life, and you need to know that. We think so often that we are helpless, but we are not. We always have the power of our minds. Claim it and consciously use your power. So you would see a lot of positive affirmations, even in social media. They will say, claim it, claim it. So whenever you are doing something, when you claim it, that is when you're going to make a difference. That's when you're going to put in your belief in front. Now, you need to find at least 5 to 15 minutes every single day to repeat these positive affirmations. And the best time to say these affirmations will be the first thing in the morning, before bedtime, before lunch, or after a workout, or depends on how you want to make it into a daily habit. So this is very important. I make it a point to say it the first thing in the morning and before I go to bed. So these are the 2 times I do it on a personal level. You can choose your time. And how to use these positive affirmations more effectively. Write down your affirmations. That's the first step. If you have not still done that job, my dear friends, I will urge you, I will encourage you to write it, because that's the way it works. And then use your affirmations every day. Spend your time in front of your mirror and repeat your affirmations, and see if you're having a negative thought, pull out that paper and immediately read these affirmations. So, I am so happy and grateful now that I'm the artist of my reality. Every choice, action, and feeling contribute to my beautiful life. So what are your takeaway points from today's seminar? It's going to be 7 positive affirmations to tell yourself every single day. I love myself as I am. I wake up today with strength in my heart and clarity in my mind. Happiness is a choice. It's okay to not be okay. I am proud of myself for getting this far. I'm allowed to say no to others and yes to myself. Mistakes are just a part of my life, and they help me grow. So thank you so much for this opportunity. If I have time for the practical rewiring of your brain, then we can do that also. I'll ask it in permission to sir. Sir? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. You can go ahead with practicals also, ma'am.
Okay, sir. I'll do that. Just let me know if you're able to hear the music. We're going to have a quick 3 minutes practical session. Can you hear the music, sir? Can you hear the music?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
Okay. So I want all of you to sit in a relaxed mode. If you're lying down, you can lie down too. For those ones who are sitting, keep your feet rested on the floor. Your hands, the palm, will be upwards. Keep your back straight. Roll your shoulders. And just think about what is troubling you right now. Think about what are the negative thoughts associated with that event which is troubling you right now. Let all those negative thoughts surface. Acknowledge all of them. You're not going to run away from those thoughts, but now you're going to replace them with power of positive affirmations. For those who have written, you want to look at that slip of paper which you've written, you can. Or if you can remember them, you can just say it loud. I am going to tell you a few of the affirmations which I do on a daily basis. I am strong. I am capable. I deserve the best in life. I co-create my future with God's divine blessings. I am willing to pay the price for the goals I desire to achieve. I am healthy. I am blessed. I am loved by one and all. I am intelligent. I am capable of doing things. I am self-sufficient. I have all within me to make things happen in life. With gratitude to the Almighty, I say my power of positive affirmations daily, which gives me the belief to make my life the best. Thank you, God. Before you open your eyes, rub your hands well. Can you feel the heat? Cup it on your eyes. Again, repeat the process. Cup it on your eyes. And now for the last time, rub your hands really fast. Feel the heat. Cup it on your eyes. And slowly, when you're ready, open your eyes. You can unmute and share the thoughts which you have. It'll be nice to get your feedback about the session and about what you understood out of it. Over to you, Ravindran sir.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am, for the wonderful session. Really,
Thank you, sir.
The words, the part, and the thoughts, the cognitive process, if it is product, positive, productive, and constructive, always, helps us to keep ourselves in a positive mood, positive perspective. Even our elders also used to say, always think positive. In Telugu, they used to say, తదాస్తు దేవతలు ఉంటారు పైన ఏది అయినా కూడా మనము we should always think positive, that gods will say bless us with all the positive things. So in similar way, we all always needs to be optimistic, realistic about we all have challenges, problems. In spite of that, we have to be optimistic so that things happen. Once we make the initiation, the universe will make it happen, as you rightly pointed out with the affirmations. So these are all concepts related to that only, and you have very well presented. And hope with this session everyone starts practicing it and see the changes in their life happening, and gain lot of positivity in their life.
Absolutely, sir. In Hindi, they say shubh shubh bolo. Basically, whatever you say nice things. You say positive things. And as you said about the universe, it is about the power of secret or the law of attraction. You say, you ask to the universe what you want, and you believe that you've got it, and then you will conceive or you will receive it. So ask, believe, and conceive, or ABC of the universe. So it's a very powerful act. But like they say, if you have a big bowl of say kheer and you have a drop of poison, the entire kheer is not fit for drinking or eating. Similarly, if you have so much of positive affirmation, but then you have one small percentage of self-doubt, or your belief is not there, then there is no power in your positive affirmation. So you need to give that power and remove or erase or nullify the act of self-doubt.
Yes, ma'am, very well said. Participants, if you have any queries or clarifications, you can unmute yourself and share your thoughts.
Sir, I'm not able to see the participants. I don't know, something went wrong. So if you can re-bring me to the screen, I will be able to see them and interact.
Okay.
Yeah, now I can see it.
Hi, ma'am. Actually, you said that positive affirmations. No, I went for one spiritual program long back in 2003. They said the morning you should think positive about everything, then God will come to you. So I think of that only. The training came in my life, in my mind when you was telling, because everyone tells how Florence, you're so positive, even in trouble times. I tell I have confidence in myself, and I have a lot of confidence in Jesus, who leads me till now. Today, I'm doing little, means that's just God's grace. In spite of my leg problem, I have, so I'm able to touch this level. My friends are like, how you do everything? I don't give up. I think I'll think Florence can do, and I will start it like that. Actually, recently I spoke to one of my advocate. He said, always you're very positive. I also sometimes I lose hope. Florence, how you're so positive? No, sir, if you think positive, that there only that first that person only will do for us. If we are going for work, that person mind also will, oh, we should do this for this Florence. That person mind also will activate. That is, I also studied psychology in UG. So this is like,
And it creates a ripple effect on the people around you. Once you are positive, you will bring about that ripple effect in your environment. People will look at the positivity and get inspired and turn out to be positive. And as they say, change happens, and change is the only constant thing. So you first try to change yourself, your family, and then it becomes your society, your city, your state, your nation, and that's how things
And
grow.
when I'm having problems, no, I will think this problem is there for me to learn something. Okay, let it take it in positive sense. Why I should sit and try for what is the next step to solve this problem? That way I say, but the problem it becomes small for me.
Absolutely. They say whenever you are in trouble, think of God, use the power of positive affirmations, and let the trouble, blow up like a bubble. So, it's so simple said, but then when you put it into practice, definitely makes a world of difference.
Okay, thank you very much, ma'am. God bless you. Take care. All the best for your next session and all you do. May God bless you.
Thank you so much, Mary. Thank you so much. Are there any questions? I think there are no more questions, huh? Ravindra sir?
Yeah, ma'am. Thank you. It was a really wonderful session from you, as usual. Once again, it has been a really wonderful contribution from your end. Every time you are joining us and contributing to this wonderful series, and also this Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. We are, having different topics across domains, and really everyone is contributing. And every day I keep more. Somewhere I think, to have a very restricted kind of topics, but we keep getting new topics in the same, like super specialization. We dwell into the topics and bring on more and more topics, so that also explores different domains. And it's a very good to see everyone coming with such very good topics and correlating them towards health and sustainable development, well-being. It's very nice. And we wish you all the success. And
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your kind words. And thank you, friends, for all those positive comments on the chat box. Truly means a lot. Thank you for taking time to write those kind words. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am, once again for joining us. And wish you all the best and look forward for more sessions in the future.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, friends, for joining us. Registration form has been shared in the chat box. If anyone haven't yet registered, you can register it, and feedback form is being shared now. So you can fill the feedback form so that you can get your certificate. And all the certificates are available on the website. After prescribed time, you can download your certificates from the website on a timely basis. We will be sharing your certificate, ma'am, personally on WhatsApp when it is ready.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Dear friends, quickly fill up the feedback form. Once you have filled the feedback form, you may leave the platform. Thank you everyone for joining us on this wonderful session. Hope everyone has enjoyed. Continue to make affirmations and bring more positivity into your life. See you all tomorrow at the same time with a different topic. Take care. Good night. And before leaving, kindly make sure you are filling up the feedback form.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Mary. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, after. And after this session, as usual, we are commemorating national, international, regional days, and we have few days, few holidays or commemoration days. Today, we'll quickly see and we will conclude today's session. So today is also a National Read a Book Day. Yeah. So National Read a Book Day is commemorated on every September 6th, calls all book lovers to indulge in their favorite hobby, that is book reading. And bringing new worlds to life, books enlighten us and transport us on exciting adventures. They can challenge our perspectives on human experience in the ways unmatched by other media. In a world deluged by technology, National Read a Book Day encourages us to silence the noise and turn pages for a while. If you look at the history, National Read a Book Day is believed to have originated in the US. Other details Americans, this is a day where 80% of, they don't feel to spend as much as time reading. So this day is a perfect opportunity to set aside a little time to catch up on the read list. So the popularity of book clubs points to our ongoing love for books, and they date back to 1600s in the Western context. But in the last few decades, reading has taken on much more social element influence in large part. Since 1996, Opera's book club recommended 70 books, continuing to over $55 million in sales, and have been credited with inspiring millions of people to read books. Over 74% of the Americans have read at least one book in the last 12 months, And sure, the busyness of life definitely gets in the way of our reading pursuits, with many other activities competing for our time. And luckily, electronic platforms have made it easier for us to read on the go. Almost 20% of the books consumed are now via electronic forms, and whatever format you prefer, grab or download the book on top of the stack and dive in. So when we look at the history, in the Western context, the paper was invented in China, and the paper making process was also invented in China in 1st century AD. And one of the earliest known books is printed using a printing press in Europe, making it widely available to average person, the Gutenberg Bible. But, we in India, our ancient sages have used various leaves like, these palm leaves. And in fact, they have used metal leaves like copper, bronze, and all, as paper leaves or a book leaves long back, even thousands and thousands of years ago. And they also came up with a lot of techniques to preserve those years together. Even today, we can see those palm leaves, which were written thousands and thousands of years ago, are still, we can see them in various museums which have been preserved. So though in Western context, it's a very recent thing, but we have those technology since thousands of years long back, and our sages have used them. Basically, ours is an oral tradition of, preserving and passing on traditional knowledge, ancient knowledge. So we did not focus much, in documentation. Documenting the ancient knowledge, for that matter, the knowledge and wisdom. But through various commentaries made by various research scholars or various teachers, various students, and various travelers from across the world who came to India in search of knowledge, and they have taken back our Vedas, Upanishads, and they have translated into their languages, and they even studied, learned our language, the holy language of us, Sanskrit. And you can see Germany and other countries, where in India, it's unfortunate that we are not able to see much of, but especially in foreign countries, you can see Department of Languages and Department of Sanskrit, especially dedicated, because they know the value. If you want to get knowledge as it is in the original form, you have to learn that language. Otherwise, you can read a lot of interpretations, but the interpretation is what is being understood by the author, not that may not be same as what it is originally intended, or it meant to, because everyone tends to understand in their own understanding, in their own perceptions, based on their own experience. So this always, no matter what, it is not possible even for anyone, for that matter, unless and until you mug up as it is. So that's why we have one communication game also, we say one thing, and by the time it reaches the 5th person or 10th person and the 100th person or 1000th person, the entire communication changes. The intent, content, everything changes. So that's how the communication, But if you see our ancient knowledge, and ancient wisdom, like if you see the Vedas or the Vedic recitations which came, they were still same from thousands of years. That is a greatness of how they taught and how they were able to practice it. and carried from generations to generations. And, if it is like in various scriptures and in various ancient, literature where we are preserving our ancient knowledge and wisdom through various systems, we are able to go back, get back to them, and we are able to get them through various readings, recitations, through stories, and so on. So it is very much essential, when the entire world is looking at the ancient scriptures and trying to study and interpret them, we are not, trying to gain insights to them. So that is where our rich ancient, knowledge and wisdom is lost in the process. Every country in a similar way has an ancient wisdom of its own. So this way, it is very important for the citizens of that nation, for that matter, for the world, to preserve such a tradition and, keep reading those ancient scriptures along with the books, various books related to academics or sports, leisure, fun, and so on. So on this day, let's share our passion for reading with someone. Read to your children or friends or colleagues and pass along your love of books to them. You could also volunteer to read to an elderly adult unable to read on their own. Reading aloud to them not only improves your brain function, but also reduces your stress level, but it also creates connection. They will treasure and stimulates their brain activity as well. So when we look at the statistics in US, over 675 million print books were sold in the US throughout 2018. And Americans spend an average of $28 on book annually. And adults aged 18 to 29 are most likely to have read at least one book in the last 12 months. And the US tied with Germany as 22nd in the world first times, reading at just under 6 hours per week. India holds the top spot, at almost 12 hours reading per person per week. So, our traditions always promoted reading, sharing of knowledge, and listening to various gurus or teachers through various forms, through formal education, informal education, discourses, through stories and various ways. And books also expand our minds. It's rare that, we would read a book and not experience a new thought or perspective, and which was never considered before. We open ourselves to new information when we read, and we can walk in someone else's shoes for a while. And reading is also good for health. Proves the avid readers show fewer signs of stress and have higher problem-solving abilities than people who don't read the books. And reading renews energy, elevates mood, promotes more restful sleep, and slows the progression of Alzheimer's and dementia. And through the brain activity, overall reading leads to a longer, healthier life. So it also creates a community With the popularity of book clubs, reading is now considered a team sport. And having a group of friends to share the highlights, learning points, and humor of books makes reading much more fun. So with that, we shall conclude commemoration of that topic. And next, we have commemoration of, Telephone Tuesday. And September 6th is officially a day notorious for surprisingly more phone calls than usual. So making itself heard just after Labor Day, Telephone Tuesday is a trendy holiday created based on a clear spike in telephone calls to business and organization. The high number of calls usually flood in partly due to unmanned telephones during the long weekend. Makes sense, right? Then comes to many schools which open after Labor Day weekend, blended with holiday season fast approaching. And these consumers are concerned about setting up arrangements pivotal to their lives and making purchases. So a phone call to them means assurance. Telephone today is now known as powerful business tool. And a telephone is known as a greatest instrument for trade, very close to Black Friday and Cyber Monday. This day is caught among the madness of the busy season. So the invention of telephone goes way back to 1880s and is widely understood to have first invention by Alexander Graham Bell. He said the telephone had been in development since 1660s, but there's no indication as to by whom, where and when. They weren't actually called telephones at first place. Phones were called mechanical acoustic devices because they simply transmitted voice data instead of audio. And the first known conversation on the telephone was between Alexander Graham Bell and his assistant on March 18, 1876. He spoke into a telephone and said, "Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you." So the first ever phone users used to use the same opening to talk and listen. And there was only one wire for receiving and transmitting your voice. Soon, telephone operators were required to assist and to connect more calls. So women became the majority staff in telephone exchange jobs, as many young men were proving to enjoy pranks too often while connecting calls, and lines were not being connected successfully. In 1982, a man named Alman Brown Stoger, who was previously an undertaker, invented an automatic telephone exchange company due to his frustration. He was having difficulty with local telephone operators, sending his calls to his competitor all the time. So his company then worked with the British post offices in 1912, landing a contract with the British telephone system. Regardless, some people were still using manual exchange phone calls up till 1976 in places like Scotland. By 1973, the mobile phones had arrived by Motorola, and it weighed around 2 kilograms initially, not 2 kgs of handheld device. And 10 years later, in 1983, Motorola released the DynaTAC 8000X, which costed $4,000 and has a battery life of 30 minutes. So Robert Hooke, a Britain physicist, invents the tin can telephone, also named the lover's phone. And in 1887, the first regular phone line is constructed. between Somerville and Boston, and Reuben H. Donnelly makes the first Yellow Pages directory, which categorizes all types of business. And Steve Jobs and Apple releases first iPhone in 2007. So by the numbers, the percentage of customers who prefer human interactions like phone calls over other mediums is 62%, and 77% of respondents in a survey who believed a phone call is the best way to get an answer. And 62% percentage of people who have contacted a company repeatedly to resolve a problem. And 5% the number of minutes within which if a web lead is followed upon, the likelihood of converting them is 9 times higher, is 5 minutes. So 70% of mobile searchers who say they frequently call a business from a search ad. And the number of follow-up calls salespeople make after an initial meeting is also around 5. So when we look at the maximum number of calls, we get are from insurance companies, home security firms, universities or colleges offering courses from various programs, cable providers, and this storage and other facilities. So Alexander Graham Bell was the first to be patented successfully. However, Elisha Gray and Antonio Macchi also developed similar inventions around the same time. The telephone is still relevant and vital to all generations' purchasing habits. It has been found that people are happier when making live telephone inquiries because they can ask questions and put their minds at ease. So it's important to call customers and, understand their needs of the customers. And it's even more important to reflect the understanding to the customers and answer the phone and call you need and empathize with your efforts. So when we look different kinds of telephones in the world, there are 6 different types of telephones, including distinctive ones like exchange, tap dialing, rotary dialing, candlestick, phones, and many more. The world's first commercially available cell phone was the Motorola Dynat TAC, which was bigger than a baby monitor. And the first ever telephone book was released in 1878. So with this, we shall conclude this Telephone Tuesday. And today we are also commemorating one more day, Flight Procrastination Day. It is an opportunity for all of us to face procrastination issues head on. And we all have been victims of this powerful urge to push an important task to further date. Sometimes procrastination could be a result of daunting nature, and simply because you are not feeling up to it. No matter the reason, procrastination can be a major spanner in your works, training, mental, physical health. So the observance aims at promoting efforts geared towards combating procrastination in its all forms. When we look at the history in Western context, Hesiod, a Greek poet, was among the first to speak against procrastination. In the poem titled Works and Days, Hesiod speaks to his brother who was mismanaged his inheritance, asking him not to abandon his duties. Although the origins of the holiday are unknown, but the message is similar to Hesiod's. Through the ages, people have tried creative approaches to find procrastination to various spots. So through the ages, people have tried creative approaches to fight procrastination to varying degrees of success. The winning formula seems to vary from person to person. You need to figure out what works for you. The famous artist Victor Hugo, who resorted to working naked in his room to focus on his work. Hugo decided that the best way to cut out outside distraction was to have no choice but to remain indoors, with his clothes held by an assistant and only returned at a later time. And he had little choice but to work. And James Riley is another who resorted to such extreme measures to address procrastination issues. In modern times, we have programs and applications that can help you schedule effectively. Several applications can even, look as a filter. According to the prearranged settings to help control and distractions. So Fight Procrastination Day reminds us that we are not in the fight alone. Millions are struggling with the same issues. It's, however, up to you. And we have one more commemoration. Last one is Another Look Unlimited Day. So it is a perfect time to clean our closets. Is Another Look Unlimited Day, which occurs on the day of every Labor Day, September 6th this year. So this is the best opportunity to go through your belongings and take another look. Literally, rake through the clutter and see what's fit to reuse, gift, domain, etc. So when we look at this, clean your closest is Another Look Unlimited Day, which occurs on, some say you never truly appreciate something, until you take another look at it. And this applies to most situations. Having another look can open up your eyes to the new outlooks and perspectives, and you never previously took into consideration. This is all Another Look Unlimited Day is all about. Although the history of the day itself cannot accurately be traced at this moment, there always have been an infinite amount of ways to view different scenarios, ideas, and apparently even our personal belongings. It is a human nature to collect things as we live our lives and go through the experiences. So, what does declutter mean? To remove clutter or unwanted items from your home, area, house, or community for that matter. And is while cluttering is not included in the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, it is widely recognized as a condition that affects both men and women in all socioeconomic classes and is commonly dealt with the psychotherapy and community support groups. So with this, we shall conclude today's commemorations, and thank you once again for joining us on this wonderful day. And you can, whoever has not yet filled the feedback form, you can fill the feedback form. It has been shared in the chat box. And see you all tomorrow at the same time with a different topic. Take care. Good night. So thank you everyone once again for joining us. And before leaving, quickly fill up the feedback form. See you all tomorrow at 6 o'clock with a different topic. Take care. Good night.
Thank you, everyone.